ask questions, because this, guys, will change your life. This is what you need to be in here, to hear, to know that you have everything within you. And when you show what's in here, that's what leads to the revenue. When you show what's within you and you have a business, even if you don't have a business, I started off, I never had a business. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I started off documenting my life as an athlete, going through my life around the age of maybe 21, 22, and I just turned the camera on. I still probably have that very first vlog I could probably show you, but, crappy phone, and I just started showing my life, right? I was in America traveling, and it just became addictive. Like, I don't even know how I can explain it. If I think about it now, it became addictive, right? Like, just showing just who I am and what I was going through. And then when I started to think about it, I said, wait a minute, like, when my kids can watch this, like, think about it. My kids can literally see all these moments in my life. And I think that kind of hit a switch in my mind. And I was still playing my sport, documenting, came to Australia, showing my family. Dad came and said, hey, let's start a podcast. And I was like, that's a fantastic idea. I was a creator. I was in the creator economy at this time. I knew how to garner attention. So at that time, what I was doing was I was posting videos on YouTube, but then I was like, all right, cool. I'm posting videos on YouTube, but I need to bring all the people in my networks, like Facebook, like Instagram. There was no TikTok at the time, maybe Facebook, Instagram. I need to bring them to my YouTube videos. So I would get the YouTube videos, make little nice short videos out of them, and then put them on the other platforms. So, like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was learning the creator economy. I was using my creativity. Like, I didn't know this was a level of creativity I even had. I was always just an athlete. I never was into we all have phones and stuff. And I always have that creative side of me. I was always having fun, doing skits with my friends. Like, I did always have that creative side. And I think about it, when I was a child, I kind of always wanted to be an actor. Maybe, I don't know, that played a part in this, but so I was really enhancing my creativity, but I was marketing. You see what I was doing? I was marketing. I was like, how can I get more attention onto my YouTube videos? And this is going to see how it's going to relate to business. It's going to relate back to your life. So I was like, how can I get more eyeballs on what I care about, right? So you have a business. How can you get more eyeballs on your business? Especially, how can you get the eyeballs of your audience, of your customers to your business? And when you put yourself out there, the content is going to find the right people. It's going to find the right audience to bring the audience over to your content, right? So that is really powerful. Really, 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 really powerful. So that's exactly what I was doing. So I started doing that, created a podcast. And then as we created the podcast with Dad, I started to see him as a human being. I started to have these amazing conversations. Then I started to see a podcast as a media company. And that is really, really powerful. I started to see the podcast is a media company, and we can market our services. We're marketing who we are. Even when we didn't have services, we were creating advertisements, wondering how can we monetize what we love, right? How can we monetize just having normal conversations? But what I realized was, in just those conversations, that was the marketing, right? You don't need to have a script. You don't need to think of ways, for example, to how can I market myself? No, sit down and have a conversation. And in that conversation, you're going to talk about what you're passionate about. You can talk about your business, and, just through that exchange, now it's documented. Now that becomes content. And now you can use that content to do what? To build a personal brand, because someone's going to spend time with you. They're going to listen to you. They're going to hear what you have to say. They're going to hear your thoughts, and they're going to be like, you know what? That person's very similar to me. I love the way they think. I love what they're saying. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. So this is just so powerful, right? I talk about this thing. It's like, you're in business. Instead of having one-on-one meetings with people, which you're going to have, right? You're going to have one-on-one meetings with people. That's cool. You're going to learn sales. Maybe you're 10, 15 years in your business, and you've been doing that. That's how you've been earning money, right? A lot of the high-level CEOs that we work with, they're 11, 10, 15 years in the game, strong veterans, right? I mean, to achieve anything significant in life, especially at that level, the level of a high-level CEO who doesn't really have much time, they've built quite a reputation in terms of putting themselves out there, meetings and stuff like that. But a lot of these CEOs, they're unaware of personal branding. So what that means is, instead of me doing so many one-to-one conversations, What about if I just documented things? What about if I showed people who I am and I pitched my business, I pitched who I am at scale? So that one-on-one meeting, like I'd be doing it like this. I'm pitching this at scale to a lot more people, right? And that is crazy. When you do that, you enhance your visibility. You know what I mean? So now, even when you do have one-on-one meetings, like I still have one-on-one meetings right now, but when I do have one-on-one meetings, it still becomes easier for me to close the sale because they've already watched a lot of my content. They've already seen who I am. They've seen it, right? And sorry, because my what's it called? My Google has so many tabs open, always tabs, so many. Let's have a look here. I just want to show you, like, I want to show you what I'm talking about. So actually, let's do this. Let's actually do this. So if I Google, let's say I Google my name, like this is just an experiment. If I Google my name, I can come in and stumble across so much content. So like, it's just so much content, right? Page one of Google. This is very powerful. We can talk about LinkedIn, how LinkedIn's extremely powerful. It ranks really well on Google. Let me not even go on YouTube yet, but like, look how much. So if you just heard about me through the first page of Google, you can find out so much about me. And look what pops up: Spotify, Instagram, like, so you can go in and spend a lot of time with me. So think about what that does when I'm going into a meeting, right? Look what's coming up. So again, when I just talk about this, let's go here. And so now you can go in and learn so much about me, right? Exactly what I do. You can go in and spend so much time with me. So imagine now I'm doing a meeting with someone, or they've heard about me. And then remember, like I always tell people all the time, Google owns YouTube. So again, what did I say? If I Google you, what comes up, right? YouTube is so powerful. Google owns YouTube. So of course, YouTube ranks second. LinkedIn ranks first, which is really cool. So this is what happens when you build a brand, right? It makes credible straight away. You are who Google says you are. So you can see how this turns into revenue. How? Because now you have a personal brand. So this is working for you when you're sleeping. When I'm sleeping, this is here on Google. You can go in and you can now go in and watch all of this content when I'm sleeping. You can go in and learn about me. Go in and learn about my business. You can go in and see me with clients. Here, what am I doing? We're in the office. What am I doing? I'm building his personal brand, talking about relationship advice. This has nothing to do with his business. He is a migration lawyer at one of the biggest law firms in Australia, worldwide. And I told him, we're going to build your personal brand. We're going to build your personal brand. We're going to show people who you are. He wasn't doing it. He didn't have time for this. I come in his office. We sit down. We have a conversation. We talk about it. He told me about his wife and how she supported him as he was, building up his company. He's 10 years in the game right now, right? But look, so even for him right now, if you Google him, let's say you want to get what's it called? A visa to Australia. Look what shows up on YouTube, for example. He has so much content, and he had already had a vision for this, which is when he met me, it was inspired by this. But look how much content there is. You can go in and spend time with him. You can go in and learn, right? So this stuff is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Let's go back. Boom. So the power of podcasting. Podcasting is one of the ways that we help our clients build their personal brands. So this is one of my clients here, Collins Mayaki. He is a wealth expert, 11 years in the game, right? And when he came to me, he had a problem. He wanted to amplify his voice. He wanted to be out there in more people. He knew, like, I've always had this vision that, like, I need to be out there more. Like, he'd seen things in America and just knew, like, the game is all on social media. The game is on attention. And actually, he hated social media. He feels because he's so busy, he doesn't have time. It's quite of a distraction to him. So he saw what I was doing, and he took faith in us, right? He took faith in me and said, you know what? I want you to help me build my personal brand. So what we did, we went to work straight away. We started working. We started recording podcast conversations in the car, right? Out there when he's doing something. We got the cameras there, right? And we're building his personal brand. Now today, he became the president of a huge association here in Australia, and he's giving out a speech, right? Sorry, not a speech. He was emceeing an event today. right? Being the speaker, being the authoritative leader out there. And now this content, what is this? Okay, let's show you, right? Again, for me, I'm all about, why does Google keep showing this tab? I don't know why it keeps showing that tab. Okay. Let's see, right? I always want to go in and have a look. The proof is always in the pudding. So let's see. Yeah. Let's put this down. Okay, cool. Okay, so, and then what do? We now use the personal branding aspect on places like LinkedIn. So you see, look, all of this stuff here, look, this is building your personal brand. So we use places like YouTube, which Google owns. Again, it's great for SEO. It allows people to spend quality time with you. YouTube is very, very powerful. And then we use that YouTube as leverage. We use it here. You can see great thumbnails. Like now, if he approaches you in a meeting, you see him in a networking event, you see him up on stage, what are you going to do? Okay, let me do my more research. That's what us humans do. We want to do research. If I'm going to spend money with you, if I want to get to know you, I'm going to do my research on you. I'm in the business, in the B2B world, right? I'm a, potential customer, another CEO. You can go in on his LinkedIn. You're going to see, you can go in and spend time with him. If you click on these videos, these are YouTube videos of him talking about, this is what we built from nothing. He really didn't have a personal brand. Okay, so from today, right? Now, great post, boom. This has many impressions, many feedback, because we're building that personal brand. So you can see how this translates to revenue, right? It doesn't translate to revenue right away. I'm not here to tell you, oh, no, this is a long-term game. I always tell our clients, and he knew this, and he's been a CEO for over 11 years. So he understands that anything, just like business, things take time. It takes time, man. This is a game of consistency. This is a game of people who really have their head screwed on and want to build for their future generations. But you will see over time that it will generate revenue. It will generate leads. You build inbound. You become the authority. So you reach new audiences and show your expertise. You establish yourself as a thought leader in your niche. We have the podcasting in our, like, the way we work with our clients as really like a premium package in a way, because it takes quite a lot of work in terms of, not that you care about that, but it's your media company, right? So it takes work in building that, right? So as you're recording, you don't really want to be in the production, but still we need to be able to package that in a way that shows a consistency. It shows that your authority, it makes sure that we can generate leads and you attract high quality engaged prospects. I want to highlight that. High quality engaged prospects. So one thing that I teach, and we're teaching this in our next workshop, is when you really know your client, like every time I'm talking about high level CEOs, why am I talking about that? Because those are my clients. Those are the people I serve. I learn about them. I study them. Here, you saw me on a podcast with the lawyer. I'm sitting there in the podcast, but I'm learning about him in real time. I'm actually getting information that I can use for my life. It's really powerful personal branding, right? And actually being in the position to help people, because it's like you get to see what other people don't see. And I'm actually helping shine that light to more people, which is really, really powerful. But I'm sitting down in there, and when you learn who your clients are, it's powerful. So all my marketing, it goes directly to high level CEOs. Now, if you're not a high level CEO, that's still okay. You can still learn from this because you know that's your manifestation. You know that's where you're going. So you can still spend that time with me. And that's my way to just give value out to anyone, right? It's my way to give value out to just people who want to have a better vision for their life. This can help anyone. But in my business, in terms of how I create revenue, is through high-level CEOs. Those are the people who pay me. So if they're the people who pay me, I'm going to target them. I'm going to speak to their pain points. And so the way you can do this is through a podcast, right? Like I'm doing this in this webinar is an example of that too. This is now repurposed, goes on YouTube, right? Boom, 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 right? It helps people spend time with me. But now you got to know your clients really well. Spend time with your clients. And when you know your clients really well and you spend time with them, now you can use your podcast to do what? To target them. Does anyone have any questions, by the way? I know I can just go ranting on and I can get really excited. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is going to be about questions. That's why I want to go through this and just kind of give you guys a little bit of points and feedback and encouragement before we, go on to any questions. But, know your clients, right? Again, if you're a VA, if you're a social media manager, if you're, want to get people to invest in real estate, What's another B2B market? You want to help people generate leads in their business. Know your clients' pain points. And then now you can use the content, the personal branding, you can use who you are to target them. And it doesn't have to always be about business. As I said, like you saw me with the lawyer, we were talking about relationships and he was giving me relationship advice. But when he's doing that, he's still giving his customers an insight into who he is. So now when they walk in his office, they'll be like, oh, I saw that podcast. Like I could really relate to that. Thanks for that advice. Right. You guys should really check that video. It's pretty cool. But like another thing about this is you nurture your leads. Like I tell people all the time, your best customers are the ones who are already paying you. Your best customers are the ones who are already paying you. Why? They're already paying you. They already trust you. So now you can keep offering more services to them. You can have a VIP service in your business, right? You can keep offering, what you're doing, more value, more value. They're already getting the value. So they're the easiest customers. So why I'm saying that is when you're always putting out content, your customers follow you on social media. All of my clients, what do? They follow me on social media, of course. Even before they came in, before they became a client, they were already looking at my social media. They already followed me. So the fact that your clients are on your, so they follow you, you got to still nurture them. You got to be in their face. You think my clients can forget to pay me? Do you think they can forget to pay me? How? When they see me all the time, That's the person who's doing my personal branding. They actually get pride in that. They get pride because they see me all the time. They're like, that's the person who does my personal brand. And they come up with ideas. So you nurture your leads. Actually, when you also build a personal brand and you're out there, you nurture them, right? So now you're always able to now upsell them. You can say, hey, this can provide even more value, right? You're loving this because they're going to keep coming to you. And that's what we're seeing. So this is powerful. This is a $1 billion game plan, I'm telling you guys. So you want to build an expert profile, right? You want to build trust. Again, create a podcast, or you want to feature on other people's podcasts. That's another great way. I was going to show you guys, but Daniel Priestley, he's a big CEO. Actually, let me show you guys. What he did really well was he was actually building personal brands for other people in a similar way. And Priestley, and then Diary of a CEO. And then what he did was he was just really smart. Actually, if I do the first page on YouTube, what's he doing? He's going on all these different people's podcasts. Look, all these different people's podcasts, and then he has his own YouTube channel as well. This was the one, 2.7 million views. I think this interview alone generated his companies like millions, because why? Look how long this podcast is. It's 1 hour and 55 minutes. 1 hour, 55 minutes of him giving advice, talking about what he knows, talking about his expertise. It's going to make you trust him. It made me trust him. I watched this interview. Then what did I do? After I watched this interview, I went and watched more interviews, went and watched more interviews, went and watched more interviews, went and watched more interviews. I became a customer of his. We use one of his products right now as we speak. That is the power of personal branding, right? You spend time. So you know your clients and serve them content consistently. And I've highlighted there, use YouTube, like you just seen there, right? Let's even do something again, right? Like I want to keep like showing you guys. I don't know why you're opening my calendar. That's a bit weird. Let's go here, right? Daniel, peace. If I Google him, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, what comes up? Oh, YouTube videos. That's the first page of Google. So again, all you high-level CEOs out there, right? You've built a business, you're trying to grow, and we're in the technology age. People Google you. So now if someone Googles you, someone meets you, they're Googling a solution. What about if you show up here? What about even if they Google you, they can go in and say, oh, look, they can go in and spend 1 hour with you. They can go in and you've never even met them before. Right? Maybe they've heard of you. Maybe they saw you somewhere. Maybe they saw you speaking on stage. But when they Google you, can they go and spend quality time with you, high quality content? That's what we target for our clients. When they Google our clients, can they go in and see high quality production, high quality content? So let's go back because I'm going to show you more. And this is I just want to show you one because actually we were at an event today and I'm really proud of how far he's come and proud. Okay, so like, look at this, right? This is extremely powerful. It's so powerful, like, and it makes me so proud. And you can see my passion. I always say, document, don't create. You want to document your life, right? This was here with another client of mine. And what did we do? We were actually having a brainstorming session. And actually, I think I got to say, I'm pretty genius. I'm pretty smart. But we had a brainstorming session on how, again, he's already a client of ours. But then this brainstorming session was, how can we keep growing, right? But here I was having a session with him on how we can keep growing his personal brand. And what did I do? What did we do? I just put the camera there. I put the camera there, put the mics on. We always got to document. Right now, I'm always documenting my life. Always, always. Today, always documenting. Because when you document who you are, that's the content. I don't need to go and create an advertisement. I don't need to go and create an advertisement and say, hey, guys, this is what I do. This is my business. I don't need to do that. What I do is turn the camera on and I'm just in flow. I'm in authentic. I'm just being me. But in that is where all the juice lies. That is where all the juice lies. And in this conversation, I was talking to him about how he can build his personal brand, how we can grow his revenue margins to a high percentage. So we're mapping out things on the board. But right there, what am I doing? I'm showing my expertise. I'm showing I'm passionate about what I do. I'm building great rapport. I'm showing people, my clients, this is someone who I'm serving. So I'm building the social proof. It builds my trust. If a potential prospect is watching this thing and I'm actually giving great ideas that can relate to that prospect as well, and I'm not even in the room with them, but they're coming and spending time with me, do you know how powerful that is? And like, let me actually show you, because that was actually quite a powerful video, and I can already see it was starting to get views. So look at this, mapping personal branding ideas. Again, as I said, I'm genius. Mapping personal brand ideas to 100,000 a month. So it's a good title. You want to mapping personal brand ideas to 100,000 a month. Shit, like I want to learn that too, right? So we go in here and then do a monthly work. Again, your personal brand. So that's maybe even we'll do a monthly workshop. You have the podcast series, but then now there's one day we pick an event that's happening, LGBTQ networking event, whatever. You're going somewhere. There's a vlog, right? So which is completely different. Yes. So it's just hitting them on all different angles. So this is like following a. Look how genius that is. That's so smart. Like that's I'm giving myself props. But like you can do this as well. What about if you own a consultancy firm or something, right? You'd speak to maybe some of your clients. I'm sure some of your clients would be cool. Yeah, you can record it. Go out there, get help again, or do it yourself and have the camera there and actually go through what you do when the camera's not there. Talk to them about, okay, look, in your business, I think you can be doing this. I think, what are some of your pain points? You're talking to them, but then the camera's recording you. So now that when the camera's recording you, so let's say someone like Rugari, he has us who are building his personal brand. So now we document it. And what do? We now help him, boom, boom, boom. When he's sleeping, when he's busy in operations, he has this type of content working for him. And I will show you an example, because this is so important for you to learn. This is so valuable for you to learn, because in anything that you do, you can apply these principles and you watch how you'll grow. If you do this over a consistent period of time, you are going to grow. He has 7,000 followers on his LinkedIn, right? And I actually told him, I gave him a great tip. I said, hey, post long-form content on LinkedIn. Trust me, post long-form content, because when you post long-form content, LinkedIn and YouTube, it pushes it out to more people, because that's how they make money. That's how LinkedIn makes money. If I give LinkedIn a 10-minute video, LinkedIn's like, thank you, because it wants people to stay on the platform longer. And so now what LinkedIn will do, will show that video to my connections, but it'll also show that video to people that will serve. So someone's scrolling through and maybe I message them, or they see my LinkedIn, they're going to see a 10-minute video. And now if I message them, they can go in and spend 10 minutes of me talking about what it is. So I'll just show you. Look how long this video is. 14 minutes. Right? And in this video, look what he's doing. Ideas. You and I have many ideas. So he's coming in. I'm already prepared with my ideas. Now I've already thought. Look how smart this is. We set this up. So now he's coaching me. Like he's actually coaching me on how it's smart to write ideas down. And so he's showing his authority. He's showing what it's like to work with him, the advice he gives his clients. And people who are watching it will be like, he's actually giving great points. And he says a lot of businesses don't do this. So he wants to be a business leader. And he's showing that in real time. This is one of the most valuable content you can have. If anyone has any questions, please ask, because I can just keep rambling on. We'll go on. A little bit of fun. This was today. This was pretty funny. Look, we got the camera there. What did I do? This was just a little bit behind the scenes. We recorded a podcast in the car. And actually this was quite a deep video. Like, I asked him about his early struggles as an entrepreneur. Wow, I actually can't wait to release this one. I can't wait till we produce this one. But he was basically talking about how he came up where he is, man. Like, you know, doing delivery, pizzas, driving, like really powerful, inspiring story of how he grew his business. But what's that? That is building a brand, right? So he wants to be a mentor. People can go in and spend such quality time with him. Which brings me on to my next point. You want to leverage this for places like LinkedIn. If you want to see a quicker return on investment, especially for a lot of the CEOs that we serve, they already have high status. They already have quite an audience. So now we can use the content on YouTube and what we're doing, and now we can use it for LinkedIn. So you want to post about your podcast appearances, right? You want to use content from your podcast or from your life or what you're doing, and you want to put that on LinkedIn, right? So again, I'll just show you a little example. Okay, I think I can show you. I don't know if because we have the company page as well, but I can't seem to open it up. So you can see I'm always posting. Look, you know, something like this, right? You use podcast moments, and you can put this on LinkedIn. So now I'm leveraging LinkedIn. And then what I'm going to do is I have a nice, great copy. And then I have a call to action, right? Because there's people that this can provide value to, and there's people that I can serve. So now they can go in on my landing page on my website and come in and join our next paid workshop, where they'll go in and pay for a ticket to get one-on-one coaching with me on their personal brand. So that's how it translates to revenue. That's what we do, right? So I'm using the content, you know, who I am, the authenticity, the value that I could provide, and I give that out for free. I give all my value out for free. But then I always now, using the power of LinkedIn, which you can post something on LinkedIn now and it gets so many views. I never had many followers, but because I just kept posting, my content was reaching people who never knew me. So that led into clients coming in. That led into inbound leads. Right? So now I have a paid workshop that I'm hosting where people come in the door to pay to get one-on-one coaching with me. I can use the free value that I'm providing to say, hey, like, if you're getting all of this for free, imagine how much you could get if I could spend one-on-one time with you. If you could be in the room with high-level CEOs in the room networking, but then now we can go in and focus on exactly what you need to get you where you need to go with your personal brand. Imagine that. So that's what I'm doing. And that is really, really powerful. So we'll move on. You build the brand and community. Again, now we went from, you know, just recording content, him getting such a high status level. And now where was he today? On the stage speaking. And this is only the beginning. We're even going higher than this. And what we do, we're very smart. We go when he's doing a speaking event, when he's doing a workshop, which is another low-key and upsell that we do, we provide our clients workshops. We create workshops for our clients. Say, hey, go in a room, in a boardroom, get people in that room, and we'll document it, we'll record it. And now we can use that content for places like LinkedIn. And what do? We build trust. We automate trust and credibility. If people see you teaching what you love, teaching what you know, teaching your business in a room full of people, and people see that on their phone, they see that on YouTube, they can go in and get a lot of value from what you have to say, then what's going to happen? You're going to automate trust, right? People are going to trust you. You're going to foster a community of loyal followers who support your brand. You're going to foster a community of loyal followers who, you sell your company, you start something else, you already have an audience to sell to right away, an audience who already trusts you. So you're automating at scale. You're automating your trust at scale. And interviews, this content lives on forever. These are digital assets. So I put out this piece of content right now, and it's going to be working for me. Like I said to people all the time, right now, you have 3 employees. No matter how much money you have right now, you have free employees. Oh, what do you mean I have free employees? What are you talking about? Oh, let me show you who are your free employees. Let me show you. Well, this is one free employee here, but this is a free employee. YouTube, right? YouTube goes to work for you. So actually, let's go back. This is the Rubashi Family Podcast. This is not, I'm on my personal, this is the Rubashi Family Podcast, right? This was an interview with me, you know, a powerful interview. I can see it's gaining traction, right? To a CEO. Like now, my free employee is showing this to people. So now my free employee, which is YouTube, is going out and cold calling on doors to say, hey, watch this video, watch this video. People go in and watch this video and they get a lot of value. They learn, then they can go watch more. So your free employees are Spotify, YouTube, all these social platforms, they work for you. You just got to put them to work. AI, you just got to put them to work and they'll do the magic for you. They'll spread your light and your gift within you. And I always do one thing. And before we go on to questions and small little case studies, I always do one thing which I forgot. I want everyone to close their eyes. I want everyone to close their eyes, and I want you to see who you are. I want you to project yourself into the future and see the life that you've always dreamed of. I want you to see yourself out there speaking in stadiums in front of thousands of people. I want you to see the income generating that you've always deserved, right? I want you to, when you walk in a room, people know who you are. You can go in and have the holiday of your dreams, and you have your business still running. You have income still coming in. As you're on holiday doing what you love, you have leads flocking in because people have spent time with you. People know who you are, right? You can go in and your children can go in and watch that content. Your business leads are coming into your team, and you're there on holiday doing what you love, spending time with your family, enjoying the income and enjoying the personal brand that you've built, right? You're on holiday and, you know, people are paying you to go and do a keynote speech. Why? Because you spent so many years building your brand and showing people who you are. You became an expert in your field. Now you're getting paid thousands of dollars to go in and speak to people. You're getting paid thousands of dollars to go in and do a retreat, right? Think about that. Think about, and what does that feel like? That is where you are now. And so now when you live in that state now, like you build your brand, you keep doing what you do, you keep out there just projecting that. And you can start from anywhere. You do that, you do that, you do that. That's where you are now, and that's what's happening. That's what this will lead to. So I just want to show you a small case study, again, with the same person. This is the Dunbar rule. It says that, like, for someone to buy from you, they need to spend 7 hours worth of, like, they need to spend 7 hours engaging in your content, right? 7 hours. So this here shows watch time hours on his YouTube channel. That's 244 hours. So he's bypassed that 7 hours. So now, like, that builds trust. So I'll just show you an example. So let's take, for example, okay, let's take, for example, this workshop, right? We have many. This workshop is over 1 hour long. And it's 1 hour long. So someone can already, like, think about how much watch hours he's getting. That's why he's already getting so many watch hours, because yes, he's done this workshop here in front of these people, but now people look at that 1 hour, and he has more 1 hour videos, more 1 hour interviews. So you're building up your watch time. So now if I want to come for financial advice, I really love the way he carried himself. Actually, one of his most powerful ones, which is one of the, like, you could see, was this one here, which got over 1,000 views. And look, we just started his channel not too long ago, but, you know, we're just crazy with how we put out content. But like, this was extremely powerful, right? And I want you, let's take a look. Look at the comments. Wow. This is such a gem, Collins. Keep up the great. You're an amazing teacher. You have your first fan. I'm going to replay this a few times and teach it to my students. Why? Why is she saying that? Because this is over 1 hour long. So you can see why he's built up the watch time. People are spending time listening to what he has to say, being inspired by what he has to say about generational wealth. So now, like, can you see the power of this? If you want to come, this is what generates revenue. And then we haven't even talked about when you build this over a long time, now this content becomes monetizable. You can get paid, he'll get paid. His children's children will be earning money off this content. In 10, 20, 30 years, even sooner, he'll be getting paid. And he's in the financial sector, which is a high high CPM. It's a lot of, they pay a lot of good money on there. He'll also be receiving money from that. So you can get paid to market yourself. How crazy is that? And you have business coming in. You're getting paid from YouTube, 100,000 a month. Think about that. Again, we closed our eyes earlier. You're on holiday and you look at your YouTube channel and you can see your YouTube channel has just generated you $40,000 this month. Just your YouTube channel alone. Just your YouTube channel alone generated you $40,000 a month. But then that same YouTube channel, that same YouTube video that generated that AdSense, now you were talking about business and what you do and the solutions you provide. Maybe you had a product in that thing. Yeah. No. He won't get money right now. No. As I said, for this I talked about 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. You see how I talk in decades. I don't talk about right now. No. This is not about money right now. This is about, I'm saying this is something that's a digital asset. So it's like a stock. Right now, of course, he won't receive money, but over in 10 years, this is not going to stay at 1,000 views. And that's the powerful thing about content. Your content lives on forever. So a year from now, this could have 3,000 views. Another year, 4,000. And the more we're going to keep putting out content over time, and there could be that one video that spikes, that goes and hits the algorithm, and then boom. Now what happens is when he has one video that goes viral, now what happens? All those people have so much more content that they can go and spend time in. You don't want to go viral and then that's it. You go viral, one thing does well, you say something cool in your business, or you're in a, everything on YouTube, it has an audience. You see Hermoses and all these people, they have now 300, 400, 500,000 views. It takes time to get to there. But let's say you get to that point. Now, look how much they can go in and watch. And when they can go in and watch all of this content, they boom, 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 boom. And now you'll be making money from all of this. It's like passive income, like real estate. These are digital assets. They go up over time. Your content goes up over time. No worries at all. And it's a great question, right? That's a great question. And that's what I'm here to ask questions. But yes, so it's a long-term game. But and right now we can get small amount of views, but I don't care because I'm getting business in, right? I have a meeting. They've watched my YouTube channel. Maybe it has 100 views. Our YouTube channels don't have hundreds of thousands of views. Again, we know this is a long-term game. But now I'm getting clients. I'm getting people who pay me, people who come into my workshop and paying me because they're going and they inspired, they hooked, they saw me somewhere, boom, and now they're in my funnel and now they're spending time with me. And so now income comes from there, right? And so again, over a long period, it combines both and you just a money-making machine. And that's why I said it comes back to revenue. So it builds familiarity, building trust, watch time hours, you're building that core group of things. So the importance of a podcast. Podcasting is so powerful. This video we did is going really well on YouTube. Here's another podcast host. And he was even saying, when you have a podcast, it's not like you're going to get thousands of leads. You still need to be good at your marketing. You still need to market the podcast. You need to be able to use the clips rightly to market them. You need to have a call to action in your content. You need to have sales done. You need to have a CRM. You need to capture your leads. You still need to run a great business around it. When you have a podcast, it's not just all bells and whistles and happy days. No, the podcast is just one of the strategies, one of the funnels that we use. TV media has always been the funnel, it's always been the power, right? So again, I always like to come up with ideas, do it like this young entrepreneur asking me for advice. I was like, yeah, sure, you can come get advice, but I'm going to turn, my mind said, hey, turn on the cameras, document it, boom, boom, boom. Actually, one of these videos did extremely, really, really well on our YouTube channel because now it's seeing me being an expert. It's seeing me, and I was giving him valuable advice. But imagine doing that. Imagine giving someone such great advice and it wasn't recorded, right? And that's why I'm just saying, just document it. We're not acting. No, we would have had this conversation off camera. So I might as well turn the camera on anyway and let other people see it so other people can also be inspired what I have to say. Because if you have a question, more likely other people have that same question you have. That's why there's never a silly question. Never. So whatever, now the questions that he had, other people had them and I was able to do that. And it just built my brand, builds that credibility. So personal branding impact. The more time someone spends engaging with your content, the stronger their connection to your personal brand, the stronger they feel related to you. That's why I like to say, like, when an artist, music person, or famous person passes away, and maybe that person, you feel lost. Like I had a music artist that I really liked. I'd listen to his music and I'd always get inspired, always get motivated, extremely motivated by his music. Like, and then I'd watch his interviews, I'd watch his podcast. So outside of his music, like, of course, yeah, the music's cool, but then like you actually want to know more about them. So I'd go in and watch his interviews and watch his interviews. And, even as he's passed right now, like I'm thinking about it, like imagine all the, like he's passed away, but people can go in and still watch his interviews. His interviews are still inspiring people and still inspiring, still building a brand, even when he's no longer here. When you build a brand, like me, when I'm gone, think about how much content I have out in the world, that my content will still be inspiring the world from generations to generations. The content will be in museums. That's what happens when you build a brand. Imagine passing away and you have nothing left to show people. Imagine passing away and you have nothing left to like, it's like, okay, you were here, great, and I'm sure you had a great impact to the people around you, but imagine if you could have that at a larger scale. And that's why this is not an option, right? Think about how much you would give to watch content of your grandparents, of your great grandparents. Think about how much that would be powerful for you to learn from the people who came before you. And how inspiring would that be? Right. So, let's say that music artist who passed away, his children will still be able to go in and watch his content. Their children will be able to go and see it and see what their father did and see how their father created a trailblaze. That's what this comes down to, man. You don't have an option to do this. And for all the high level CEOs, for all of our clientele base, or the people who want to grow, again, for everyone here, but again, for all the high level CEOs out there, this is not an option. You don't have an option. You have to do this, and you have to do this now. It's truly powerful. So I want you guys to ask questions. Anyone have any questions? Any questions? This was really good. Feel free to speak. If you have anything to say, it's always great to just, keep, again, for me, keep giving value out to people. If you want to say who you are, where you're from, what your business is, anything, like, feel free. Don't be shy. Like, we're all here to provide value. We're all here to learn from each other. But yeah, I just wanted to see if anyone had any questions whatsoever. And while you're, maybe thinking of your questions, we do have a wait list. We do have a wait list, but also I am hosting a workshop. It's a 90-minute workshop. It's going to be extremely powerful. On YouTube, for all the people watching this on YouTube, the link in the description. Again, this is for, again, like, I know who my clients are, right? That's who we're serving. And even if maybe you're not here, but you do have the means to be in this circle, to be in this group, to want to come in and actually have that one-on-one time with me, extremely powerful. You can put a message even in the chat, and we'll be in contact after. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. We can get in touch, even how you can learn, how you can grow. But I just really hope this webinar can give you the tools and the resources to go out there and build your personal brand, because it's so important. It's life-changing, and you'll never look at life the same. So for everyone else, you can come in and join our wait list. If you are looking to grow your personal brand, there's always questions. There's always ways you can do that. So you can scan the QR code, scan the QR code, join the wait list, or I'll actually put this in the chat. And then for anyone, on YouTube, of course, it will also be in the description as well. Register for the next workshop in October. Cool. Thanks, guys, so much for joining another webinar. I hope you guys had a fantastic day today. I had a great day, and I can't wait to see you out there changing the world. So we'll speak soon. Love you guys. Let me come out here, and yeah, just keep growing, keep showing how you can impact and serve more people.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.